Darius Sanders. It's been a minute, bro.
It is.
How you been?
Bro's big time now.
He is.
Just yesterday's price ain't today's price.
I would say that, but it's like with people like y'all that y'all didn't charge me and y'all had a bigger platform as far as like podcasting and definitely more consistent than what I was doing, so I feel like I just pay it forward. Same with like Shador. He never charged me or tried to act like he was different. He's probably the most talked about as he's ever been now, and he's giving me more opportunities. So just like I feel like I got to do the same thing because I know y'all have my back. Y'all put me on there when I first came to Colorado, so
yeah,
never that.
Nah, I'm just playing. But how did that actually like come to be with Shador? Because it felt like
the podcast?
Yeah, like he was kind of doing it on its own, and then you popped on there once, and now you've been doing it a lot more with him.
So there was one episode in Miami. Fredo Bang was supposed to be a guest, and Fredo couldn't make it. So it was Bucky, me, and him. So I just, I guess took Fredo's place. The episode never came out. And then after that, Georgie asked me, hey, do you want to, could you be on this episode? It was like a day-to-day type thing. And it still has been. But I think people now are like, a lot of people don't even know me from my YouTube channel. They're just like, yeah, like you're that one dude on like Overtime or like Which Doors podcast. And I thank it for that because that's a new audience that I'm able to capture.
Sure.
And yeah, today, it's like last year I came here to shoot content for Coach Prime. And then this year I did 2 podcasts with Overtime and Shador Sanders.
I love it,
man. That's actually crazy, even to me. And I was like nervous and everything. I'm never like nervous to do. For me to like step up, he's giving me an opportunity, so now I got to take it as far as I can.
I love that, man. And to me, that's what this is all about. Like, we have our own little crew of people who do this in Colorado, and then it's sick to see it out here. But like, I love what you said about new audiences. It's like when we collab with Neely, his audience sees us. When we collab with you, your audience sees us. Our audience sees you. Like, we all just elevate each other. Rising tide lifts all boats type stuff.
Yeah, I agree. So I'm glad y'all let me come on here, especially this last minute.
No worries, bro.
They put me on the list, and then they bumped me to the top, y'all. I appreciate that.
So what does next year look like for you? Because Shador's going to be gone. He's going to be at the NFL. I'm assuming you're going to be in Boulder still. Are you going to be just moving around all over the place?
Kind of like what you see right now. Like, I'm not in Colorado filming.
Yeah.
Bucky's not there. We're here. We're just wherever we're called to be. We're called to help. We're called to serve. So wherever that is, that's where I'll be, whether that's 3 places, 2 places, or 1. I think that my perspective is going to be building off storylines like Colton Hood. Mm-hmm. That's why I made sure to put out a video of him building off, let's say, guys like RJ, guys that made plays or that people know about or that had previous success at different schools, and now it's up to them to make their own legacy. And I think focusing on those guys and seeing and letting the audience fall in love with new characters just like they fell in love with Jimmy, just like they fell in love with Khalil. I remember Khalil, bro. He hated the camera, and he became one of the most vocal people on there, like opening people up to new possibilities and getting them out of their comfort zone. And I think now, since they know what we do, a lot of people are more open to it. Mm-hmm. Like a lot of people come in expecting the cameras now. It's not. I think we've broken past that barrier of like, I don't know what to expect. You know what to expect if you come play for Colorado.
Yeah, I think you're right, man. No, that's a great point. Like what you guys have done the last 2 years in terms of just putting a spotlight, exposing those stories, getting Jimmy's story out there, just having people see exactly what it's like, when there's downtime in the Colorado locker room. Like that's played a huge role in just recruiting and I think bringing the program back to where it belongs.
Yeah, I think y'all are part of it too,
Straight
bro.
up.
Y'all drop every day, multiple times a day. Y'all drop more than me, more than a lot of people. So I mean, it's us. It's a machine, and these are some of the people that's behind it.
I'm curious. It's crazy to think about how long it's actually been since we had you on the show.
Mm-hmm. Was it actually that long or no?
I mean,
it was the
before
first
the
season.
23
It's been a long time, but
That's
like we
crazy.
see you so often that you just forget.
It's just like we always don't have enough time to say what's up, and that's it.
Yeah.
Y'all are going to the press conferences, I'm leaving, or I'm doing this, and y'all are setting up, or whatever.
I was just thinking though, like, what have you learned in these last 2 years of Colorado? Just about everything you're doing. Like, what do you feel like? Where do you feel like you've grown? Where do you feel like you've learned?
I think I learned to not take things for granted. I wish I could go back and go to fall camp and spring ball and all these opportunities and things that I had before to see Zay Weaver play again. You know, to see Jimmy play again, to see a lot of my bros play again. I would give anything for that. To see Shador play again, to see Shiloh play again. You can't get those back. So when you wake up in the morning, you don't want to go film. Just know you are literally capturing history, bro. It only happened once.
Yep.
I feel like that is like it's a sense of urgency thing in it. And honestly, thinking more of yourself than you do, because we're all so humble, but it's like, bro, people really look at these things and it's like history for them. It's on the internet forever. And you're the one to do it. So if not you, then who? And I think taking that more serious and being like, today I'm capturing what happens today. It's only going to happen once. So it's up to me to make a story out of it and put it out. And now I view myself as like a historian. Because all the guys go back and watch that stuff every day. Like Zay, bro, Cam called me. He said, bro, drop, please. I need something to watch after I work out. Like, that is real life.
Yeah.
So now just taking that more serious and growing into that role, I feel like that's where I've grown the most in my mindset.
Bro, you have I think you have like a special perspective on life, for real.
Why you say that?
Every time that I talk to you, I just feel like I'm like, that makes a lot of sense. Or like, damn, he's kind of cooking right now. Like, where did you get the?
Bro, you got to think.
How are you like this?
You see that booth over there? You probably can't see it. It's an iHeart Radio booth.
Yeah.
Bro, I literally used to drive past iHeart Media in Dallas every single day for years and be like, oh, I want to work there because the building's big. Never applied. I was in college, finally applied, got the job. And that showed me, bro, all these things that you want are right in front of you. And you sometimes you're just too scared to go after it. Went after that. Then start doing YouTube. Then start traveling and working. They supported me, branched off, did YouTube. Now I work for myself. Fast forward, I just feel like a lot of things I thought were impossible, I thought were unattainable, they were attainable. And I could have done them way quicker. So now knowing that everything I want is in front of me, it just depends on my work ethic and my focus. Those are the things I need to get better at. Like Coach Prime's quote that he put out today, it was so early I didn't want to get up, and I read it. It said whatever effort you put into today is what you're going to get out of it. And I think actually taking these little corny sayings and actually locking in, like it's actually real.
It is,
you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I believe, like I posted on my story, I believe, and I put, I swear I do. Because those things matter, bro. You got to believe in yourself, believe in what you're doing.
Yep.
Like act as if like what you're doing has a purpose. It's not just a video. Like even if the video flops, bro, that's perfecting your craft. That was showing up for today. You have to do that to be great.
And you learn something. Why did it flop, you know?
Yeah, you learn something. So I feel like my perspective comes from that, and it comes from my background of actually working and not wanting to be in this position, watching YouTubers. Like I was a viewer, watching y'all, subscribe. Like that's who I was for the longest, and now I'm on the other side. So I want to figure out how to stay here and obviously elevate.
I always say, though, like, and I'm not nearly as close as you are, but, like, being around football coaches in my job, I'm like, dude, I learn a lot if you actually listen to what they're saying. And, like, obviously for you, you're around the most motivational one potentially in Coach Prime. Like, if you actually listen and you don't just think, oh, that's just a cliche football thing that he's saying to those guys. Like, if you hear that stuff and apply it to your life, it works.
It does work.
There's a difference between – there's obviously a difference, but there's an initiative in being active. Like you can hear someone say something, or you can listen to it. You know, you can see stuff going on, or you can watch it. You can learn from it. So I feel like that's what – I mean, because I feel the same way. Like Coach Prime's even like little tweets every morning. Like if you actually sit there and read what the man is saying and actually apply that to what you're going through day to day or whatever, it'll make a difference.
I think a lot of people don't feel like they have something to apply it to. And that's where you got to understand that you're privileged. If you have a dream or like let's say a goal or a purpose, then that's gonna hit you differently. It's gonna resonate differently when you read that. Someone that has no hope, that could give them something, but it's like, bro, that's not gonna help pay my bills. But you got to understand, no matter what you're going through, you got to. I don't know. I feel like sometimes when things get tough, a lot of people kind of feel like that stuff doesn't matter. Words can't help me, bro. Like, how is that going to – words can't help us. We're down.
Right.
But I've seen where the people that buy in, we end up winning. Yep. The people that don't, we end up losing. And football is like a game of life. So it's like a case study. You see what happens when you respond positively to feedback. You see what happens when you don't. You see what happens when you don't prepare. You see what happens when you do prepare. So I think I just take what I see as far as the sports world and to see how can I apply it to myself. Obviously, I don't play football. I don't want to play football.
When you look at this team for next year, I feel like it's kind of the start of a whole new story, a whole new chapter. What do you think is going to be special or different about this next group?
I think they're, for lack of a better word, they're on timing. They have an expectation to live up to, bro. Bro, you just saw Jimmy Horn, and I hate to just be on like the receivers and the skill player side, but real talk, bro, if you're on the team now, you watch Travis Hunter play and get the Heisman. You watch Shador play and get drafted. Trav get drafted. Shiloh. You watch Cam. You watch Jimmy, Zay. Bro, you can't come here and be trash. Like, real talk. You can't.
Yeah. I mean, Cam,
they're not going to accept that. Not just us, the fans. Like, that's not happening.
Yeah.
Like, it's like a brand. Bro, you play for Colorado. You have to be cold. Like, if you can't be in the position to help us win games like Tay or like all these other people that do miraculous things, then it's not the place for you, bro. You got to live up to expectations. Shout out to Jordan Seaton. I think he's the one that he proved a lot of people right. Mm-hmm. You know, he came in here highly touted and did his thing.
Yep.
Freshman All-American, I don't know if that was official.
Oh, yeah.
I always call him a freshman All-American.
No, he is.
Cash, I think he did his thing. People I'm looking forward to, Terrell Timmons, that's why I've been pushing him a lot on my channel. It's his senior season, and I know what he wants to do, and I know what he wants out of football, and I know how he prepares. He's not playing any games. And you know who he reminds me of? Jimmy. At practice, it wasn't none of that joking around, none of that.
Yeah.
Never. And you see where it got him.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to him. I'm looking forward to Cam, Mikel. I'm looking forward to and these are just the guys I be around. I'm around SOB. Cam. Dre. Dre's in the leader role now. Because he played. Like, you played here. You know the plays.
Right.
You know the plays better than a lot of receivers in that room. And you've been on the field, so it's an expectation for you. Pardon me for any of my guys that I'm forgetting, bro, but I'm just going off the top of the head as far as who I've seen that, you know, I'm just rooting for. I'm rooting for all the guys, though. Yeah. Everybody.
What have you seen from
Jordan Seaton, too.
Julian? What have you seen from Julian and Caden so far?
Hey, just respect and grind. They work. They don't talk. They talk when we put the camera because they know it's content, but they're not chatters. They're workers.
Kind of like Shador then.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, no, yeah. I'll give it to them, yeah, because I would say their play can back up if they did want to talk, but they just elect to be like, no, I'm just chilling. I'm just here to work right now. And I think now they don't have to talk as much because we had to talk a lot because there was a lot of hate. We had to be louder.
For sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, we have to pop it a little bit because y'all are saying this and that. We can't do this, we can't do that. But now you have an expectation to be great. And you know the team can be good. So the talk is really not going to do anything for you, buddy. We're already getting views. There's already a lot of eyes on you, buddy.
I love it.
So what do you want to do with it? That's basically it. I like K-Salt. I like JuJu. JuJu's a good guy, man. So is Caden.
I love it, man. Well, I know you got to get out of here. You got a boogie. But we got to do this more.
Definitely.
We can, bro.
We're always around.
Y'all are just so far.
We'll come up. We'll go up to you, too.
Yeah, that could work.
Yeah. Thank y'all for having me on. I got to clip some of this, put on my Instagram.
Yeah, for sure. Tell Seaton that we'll have him on, too, if we go up there.
Bet.
All right. Darius Sanders.
Thank y'all.
Appreciate you, bro.
I appreciate y'all, man.
Look at that ring shining.
Crazy.
It's fake, y'all. Don't rob me.